Okay, just a quick animation to show what the framing is going to look like for the furniture in the FJ Cruiser Stealth Camper. A little bit more detail here. What I've done is I've actually used the 3D components from my framing vendor. And this is extremely accurate, even to the plastic end caps on the framing pieces. What I've decided to do with the plywood panels for the cot is to adhere a 5 millimeter rubberized panel. And this is just something I can get at Home Depot. So it's essentially just something to protect the plywood, provide a little bit of grip and a little bit of resiliency to the top of that, and to essentially keep things from sliding around on top of that, because I was originally thinking about some sort of plastic laminate to protect those panels, and just putting anything on plastic laminate is just going to be a recipe for disaster. Everything's just going to slide all over the place. So this rubber material is grippy and it will keep things from sliding. So anyway, just to kind of show what these animations look like. So again, the cot in its fully extended version, or extended position, is how I have it now, which is 72 inches long. Again, in order to make this work, I have to delete the wider of the two rear seats, and also to fully extend it, I have to push the passenger seat all the way forward and then tilt it forward as far as it'll go. And that's just enough room to get this done. Now, I'm not going to show the Hess mattress on this because I'm really just focused on the framing. But so to allow a passenger to actually sit in that seat, I have to rotate that panel, and it's going to be hinged with these two hinges here, and those are just kind of simple pin hinges, to allow that passenger seat to slide back. That also reveals kind of this sort of enclosed portion of this furniture, which is going to have storage underneath, and we're probably going to put the folding porta potty in there, maybe some water jugs, the tool roll, and probably also store the little buddy portable heater, propane heater that we're gonna have for heat when necessary for camping. But it's also going to have this tabletop, which is essentially some laminate covered Baltic birch plywood with a little finger pull in the front. It's going to extend out just a little bit just to make it easier to grab, but this is going to slide out and provide a place for working in the vehicle from the back seat and possibly eating on that. So it's the sort of a utility table that slides back and forth. And the way we'll do this is we will put sort of so-called big head bolts, 2 in each of these side rails or T-slots on the side of the on the framing for this tabletop, and then there'll be 2 that'll be mounted also in the tabletop itself in that framing. So it will slide. The 2 that are connected to the framing for the tabletop will slide with the tabletop, and then the 2 for the framing will be located in the front here. And between those 2, it will be enough to kind of keep this table in position, allow it to slide pretty easily. This gap here is designed to allow access to the things underneath, and that'll include a Goal Zero power source, sort of I'm thinking about the Goal Zero 1000, but I might step it up. It just depends on space availability and what'll fit. But let me show you how that's going to work. So I'll rotate this back. Now this is an access panel here, which is kind of separate from this fixed panel in the back. And that fixed panel is above a drawer, which I've shown in previous videos, that goes out the back of the vehicle. Now this isn't going to rotate, but for the purpose of the video, I'm just going to show it rotating, which just makes it a little bit easier to kind of see what this is going to do. So that just rotates up, and there'll be 4 rubber feet that will kind of hold that panel in place. And that will provide access to all the controls for the power plugs, etc., for the Goal Zero. So, and that's going to fit right in that space right there. Yeah, so close that up. And the other nice thing is, even with this rotated down, we can slide that table out. So now we have not only this work surface, but we also have a little bit of room over here for working, etc. So that'll be nice. But when the vehicle is sort of in in driving mode, this will be rotated back, and the Hest mattress will be rolled up and probably positioned right here, and it'll fit really nicely there, and that'll hold it in place. And then a bunch of other gear will just be stacked up on top of this, and that's, you know, things like down blanket, duffel bags, backpacks, things like that. So all that sort of camping gear will be there. Oh, also, we're going to get those front runner expander chairs. And those come, there's a nice 2-chair bag that those will fit in. And then there's also a bag for the table. And that'll also store right there. So, no, not showing the fridge, not showing the fridge slide or the camp stove drawer or any of those things in this, but those things will be added to this framing. But this is sort of the core framing for this. We may need to add some additional framing for the slides. I haven't shown that yet, but it's the high likelihood that we'll probably have to have some additional framing for that. It's no big deal. Easily added between these 2 verticals here. Actually 4 verticals, here and here and here and here. Anyway, so that is what the framing is going to look like for the FJ Cruiser Stealth Camper. Thanks for watching. See ya.